This is your Fox 10 News Now update.
Hi there, everyone. I'm Lenny Slagan with your Fox 10 News Now update. We are learning more about a gruesome and deadly stabbing attack in Citronelle. Rolando Garza in court for a preliminary hearing this morning. According to testimony, investigators believe Garza stabbed Danny Reardon more than 60 times inside a camper. Friends telling deputies they last had contact with him on August 1st. His body was found, quote, severely decomposed 4 days later. Detectives say Garza's fiance named him as the person involved in that crime. She told them that he admitted to killing Reardon and changing clothes before coming back home. Deputies say they found that bag of clothes Garza told his fiance he, quote, got rid of. They are testing the items for blood samples. Garza remains in jail without bond. Another suspected murderer in court, James Harmon, bond set at $150,000. According to investigators, he's responsible for killing 26-year-old Clinton Cooper on Sunday. According to Harmon, he shot Cooper several times before he believed the victim was breaking into his car. After firing shots, Harmon allegedly kicked Cooper in the face repeatedly as he pleaded for his life. Cooper airlifted to the hospital where he died. Days later, Harmon's assault charge upgraded now to murder. He is due back in court October 21st for a preliminary hearing. Mobile County Sheriff's Office asking for your help to find a missing person. This, Samantha Moore. Brown shoulder-length hair, green eyes, a visible tattoo at the base of her neck, and the initials DKM, and an Aquarius tattoo on her left shoulder. If you know where she is, you're asked to call the Sheriff's Office immediately. Well, during this pandemic, the new school year is rolling right along on the Gulf Coast, and Satsuma school parents are saying that your student, or the news for Satsuma parents, is that your students will now be able to get free breakfast and lunch. That program, along with one in Baldwin County, is being funded by the USDA, and it runs out at the end of December. Now, keep in mind, Baldwin County's free food is only for students in traditional school, not ones in virtual. Across the Bay, Mobile County Public School students can pick up your child's free breakfasts and lunches for the week at any school. Doesn't matter which school your child attends, we're told. Check with your school, though, for specific details. According to a Facebook post from the school system, no lunch barcode is going to be required to get the food. Well, turning now to downtown Fairhope, going to be back to normal next week. Crews are getting ready to replace some trees that fell short of expectations. The city's Public Works Department telling Fox 10 News they expect to get a new, larger amount of trees this week to replace the smaller ones that were planted along parts of downtown. The older trees were coming to the end of their life cycle when crews replaced them with a different kind of tree. But because of miscommunication, they were half the size that they were meant to be. The City Council approving $28,000 for new, larger trees, so that brings the total spent for the replacement to about $50,000 now. Several people say they're looking forward to having that iconic look and feel back for downtown.
The bigger trees will look nice compared to the other trees along Fairhope Avenue. Those, so they'll blend in nicer.
Public Works expecting to start planting the newer, larger trees on Monday. The city says the smaller trees will be repurposed and replanted, that is, in other parts of the city as they continue to grow.
Heat and humidity across the Gulf Coast with the big cold front across the midsection of the United States with some cold air and even some snow in Colorado within the last 24 hours. But for us, we continue to see the heat bearing down on us, and it looks like that'll continue as we head towards the end of the week. 87 in Mobile so far today, but 93 downtown at Brookley Field. A scorcher out there, and looking at what's going on a little closer to us with the rain, not seeing much on radar so far today, getting a little break, some drying in the air. We will see better chances of scattered showers tomorrow. Looking at the tropics, we still have a wave off the U.S. East Coast. Low chance of it developing, only at about a 30% chance. Paulette in the central Atlantic, followed by Renee, a pair of tropical storms, and then a new wave coming off of Africa, which is most likely going to become a tropical storm. So taking a look at what's going on with Paulette, a 60-mile-per-hour system moving west-northwest at 10. We like the track on this one for us. It's it's headed more towards Bermuda, and it looks like it will not enter the Gulf of Mexico. It's gaining too much latitude. Also a very favorable track with Rene, which could briefly become a hurricane. We expect it to lift north and really gain latitude. A nice break in the ridge in the central Atlantic ought to allow these systems, some of these, to recurve, which means they will likely not have a big impact on the U.S. If we get a little system forming up here off the Carolinas, it will move in towards the border of North Carolina and South Carolina, but it's running out of time. Has to develop between now and late Thursday, and then it'll be moving ashore. The list of names, we've made it through Renee. The next one would be Sally, followed by Teddy, Vicky, Wilfred, and then the Greek alphabet, which is almost a certainty at this point based on the amount of activity we've seen and expect to see in the season ahead. Looking at our day planner, our temperatures up into the low 90s by mid-afternoon. Scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow at 40%. Rain chances jump to 50% on Friday. And then it looks like with a front stalling to our west, we'll have a very moist pattern for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and that will continue into next week. Thanks for joining us here on Fox 10.
Stay tuned to Fox 10 News throughout the day for the latest updates. This has been your Fox 10 News Now update.